Welcome to IELTS Time. Today's speaking topic is going out. You'll hear two mock interviews with speakers who have different backgrounds and lifestyles, but both respond to the questions in clear and natural ways. Let's start with our first speaker, Finn.
Do you like going out in the evenings? Why or why not?
Yes, I do. Evenings are usually when I'm done with my classes and most of my studying for the day. It's a great time to relax and clear my mind after being on campus all day. Sometimes I just grab dinner with friends or take a walk around the neighborhood.
How often do you go out with your friends?
I probably go out with my friends 2 or 3 times a week. Since we study at the same university, it's quite easy to meet up after lectures. Most of the time, we do something simple like getting coffee or dinner together. It's a nice way to take a break from studying.
Who do you usually go out with?
Most of the time, I go out with a small group of close friends from my major. We spend a lot of time together in classes, so naturally we hang out after class as well. I also occasionally go out with my roommates, especially on weekends. It's usually pretty relaxed and spontaneous.
Where do you usually go when you go out?
We usually go to cafes or casual restaurants near the campus. Those places are affordable and convenient for students like us. Sometimes we also hang out in the campus park and just talk for a while. If we have more time, we might go to a shopping district in the city.
Do you prefer going out during the day or at night? Why?
I think I prefer going out at night. During the day, I'm usually busy with lectures, group projects, or studying in the library. In the evening, I feel more relaxed and free to socialize. Also, the atmosphere in the city feels more lively at night.
Do you bring food or snacks with you when going out?
No, not usually. If I get hungry, I'd rather just buy something while I'm out. It feels more convenient, and I don't have to carry extra things in my bag. The only time I bring food is when I'm going on a picnic with friends.
Do you always take your mobile phone with you when going out?
Yes, I always take my phone with me. I use it to message friends, check directions, and sometimes pay for things. As a student, I also rely on it to check my schedule or emails from professors. Honestly, it would feel strange to leave the house without it.
What do people in your country usually do when they go out?
Many people enjoy going out for food or drinks with friends. Cafes and restaurants are especially popular places to socialize. Younger people often go to shopping malls, cinemas, or music events. It's mostly about spending time together and relaxing.
Did you go out more with friends in the past than you do now?
Actually, I think I go out more now than I did before. When I was in high school, I had a stricter schedule and less freedom. At university, my friends live nearby and we have more flexible timetables. That makes it much easier to meet up.
Have your going out habits changed?
My habits have changed quite a bit. Back in high school, going out was usually a weekend thing that required a lot of planning and permission from my parents. Now that I'm at university, I have much more independence, so I tend to go out more spontaneously, even if it's just for a quick coffee or a walk with friends between lectures.
That was Finn. His responses are clear, natural, and consistent. He answers each question directly and adds a bit of detail about his routine as a university student. The language is straightforward and conversational, which makes the answers sound relaxed and authentic. Now let's look at the same questions answered by Blondie. Do you like going out in the evenings? Why or why not?
Absolutely. I've always been a bit of a night owl. There's a certain energy that takes over the city once the sun goes down. Everything feels more vibrant, and honestly, it's the best way to decompress after a long day of work.
How often do you go out with your friends?
It really depends on my schedule, but on average, I'd say twice a week. I usually try to squeeze in a quick midweek catch-up to break up the monotony of the work week, and then I'll opt for a more substantial outing on the weekend.
Who do you usually go out with?
Most of the time, I'm with my close-knit group of friends from university. We've known each other for years, so we're very comfortable together. Occasionally, I'll head out with colleagues as well. It's a nice way to bond outside of a professional environment.
Where do you usually go when you go out?
I'm a bit of a culinary enthusiast, so I'm constantly scouting for new bistros or hidden gem restaurants. If we aren't eating, we're likely at a quiet lounge or perhaps a late-night gallery opening. I much prefer places where the atmosphere allows for actual conversation
Do you prefer going out during the day or at night? Why?
I'd have to go with the evening. While a weekend brunch is lovely, nighttime outings feel more like an event. The lighting and the overall ambience of the city at night are much more sophisticated, and I find it easier to truly relax when there aren't any daytime errands hanging over my head.
Do you bring food or snacks with you when going out?
Rarely, to be honest. A big part of the appeal of going out is indulging in the local food scene. Bringing my own snacks feels a bit redundant, though I might keep something small in my bag if I'm heading out for a long day of sightseeing or hiking.
Do you always take your mobile phone with you when going out?
Without fail, it's an essential tool at this point. Beyond the obvious safety aspect, I use it for everything from navigating the city to splitting bills with friends. That said, I do make a conscious effort to keep it out of sight when I'm actually talking to people.
What do people in your country usually do when they go out?
In my culture, socialising almost always revolves around food. Whether it's a casual street food crawl or a formal dinner, eating is the central focus. Aside from that, younger people spend a lot of time in unique concept cafes that are designed to be visually striking.
Did you go out more with friends in the past than you do now?
Yes, definitely. During my student days, I had far more spare time, so we would head out on a whim almost every night. Now that I have more professional responsibilities, my outings are fewer, but I'd say they're much more meaningful.
Have your going out habits changed?
Oh, significantly. A few years ago, I was much more into the vibrant clubbing scene and wouldn't think twice about staying out until the early hours. These days, I've definitely traded those high-energy environments for low-key gatherings where I can actually hear myself think. I suppose I've just reached a stage where I value quality over quantity.
That was Blondie. Compared with Finn, her answers are slightly more descriptive, and she uses more expressive vocabulary. The overall structure of the answers is similar, but the tone is a bit more polished. Next, let's look at some useful vocabulary that often comes up when people talk about going out and socialising. When people talk about going out with friends, a few common expressions appear again and again. For example, many people say they like to hang out with their friends. This usually means spending relaxed time together without a strict plan. A student might say something like, "After class, we usually hang out at a cafe near campus." Another common phrase is meet up, which refers to arranging a specific time and place to see someone. For instance, someone might say, "My friends and I usually meet up after our last lecture." If friends haven't seen each other for a while, they often say they want to catch up. You might hear someone say, "Last weekend I met an old classmate and we spent a few hours catching up." People also often say they want to grab a coffee or grab dinner. In this context, grab simply means having something quickly or casually. For example, after studying all afternoon, we decided to grab dinner together. All of these expressions relate to a simple idea: spending time socially. Someone might summarize it by saying, "I enjoy going out because it's a great chance for my friends and me to spend time together." When people describe where they go out, they often talk about the type of place. A very common option is a local cafe, which usually refers to a neighbourhood coffee shop. Someone might say, "There's a local cafe near my apartment where my friends and I often meet in the evening." Another popular choice is a casual restaurant, which describes a comfortable and informal place to eat. For example, we usually go to a casual restaurant near the university because it's affordable. Sometimes people enjoy discovering a hidden gem restaurant, a place that isn't widely known but has excellent food. A person might say, "My friend showed me a hidden gem restaurant that serves amazing noodles." If the goal is conversation rather than food, people might go to a quiet lounge, such as a relaxed bar where the music isn't too loud. Someone might explain, "We found a quiet lounge where we could sit and talk for hours." In larger cities, many social activities take place in a shopping district, where there are restaurants, cafes, cinemas, and stores close together. For instance, on weekends we usually walk around the shopping district and grab something to eat. Another interesting option is a concept cafe, which is a cafe designed around a theme or visual style. You might hear someone say, The city has several concept cafes that are popular with young people. Certain expressions help people describe their social habits and lifestyles. For example, someone who enjoys staying up late might describe themselves as a night owl. A person could say, "I'm a bit of a night owl, so I prefer going out in the evening." Many people also talk about meeting friends to catch up after work. In that situation, someone might explain, "My colleagues and I sometimes catch up after work at a cafe nearby." Sometimes social plans happen spontaneously. In those situations, people often say they did something on a whim. For example, last Friday we decided on a whim to go out for late-night ramen. Going out can also help break up the routine of daily life. A student might say, meeting friends for dinner helps break up the routine of studying all day. Over time, people's priorities sometimes change. Instead of going out very often, they may focus on meaningful experiences. In that case, someone might say, "These days I prefer quality over quantity when it comes to socializing." When describing how often they go out, people often use flexible time expressions. For instance, someone might say they go out a couple of times a week, which suggests a regular but moderate social schedule. A student might explain, "I usually meet my friends a couple of times a week after class." If an activity happens less regularly, people might say every now and then, or once in a while. For example, "Every now and then we try a new restaurant in the city." Similarly, someone might say, "Once in a while we go to a late-night movie." Social activities often happen on the weekend, when people have more free time. A typical sentence might be, "On the weekend my friends and I usually go out for lunch or coffee." Another useful expression is "from time to time," which also describes occasional activities. Someone might say, "From time to time we explore new cafes around the city." When people talk about going out, they often describe the atmosphere of a place. Some locations have a lively atmosphere, meaning they feel energetic and busy. For example, someone might say, "The night market has a lively atmosphere with music and street food everywhere." Other places have a laid-back atmosphere, which means they feel relaxed and informal. A person might explain, "I prefer cafes with a laid-back atmosphere where people can chat comfortably." Many people also enjoy visiting a cozy place, such as a small cafe or restaurant that feels warm and comfortable. For instance, there's a cozy place near campus where students often meet to talk. In larger cities, people sometimes talk about the vibrant nightlife, which refers to areas with many evening entertainment options. Someone might say, "The city is famous for its vibrant nightlife and late-night restaurants." On the other hand, some people prefer smaller social events. In that case, they might describe the event as a low-key gathering, such as a quiet dinner with close friends. A person might say, "Instead of going to a club, we had a low-key gathering at a friend's apartment." That brings us to the end of today's lesson on going out. If you'd like to keep building your skills with more IELTS practice videos, join our membership to unlock our full library of exclusive content. See you in the next lesson.